Hello everybody, this is Mr. Robin. Today we are going to get ready for the MLB season in real life by simming the year in MLB The Show 24 and see what the game predicts will happen, as you guys will be watching this on opening day. I am recording it a little bit before that, but I thought why not start the MLB season by simulating it here in the show. So if you're excited for this one and more baseball content, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you're not subscribed to the channel, because we got a great Oakland Athletics series going on here on franchise mode, which is usually what we do here over on this channel. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to user all 30 teams. And personally, in real life, I am a Nationals fan. It's not been the best times for us, but here we're just going to user all 30 teams. We're going to check in probably at about the AllStar Break to see how things are going, and then we're going to check in at the end of the year just to look at some stats and then see who wins the final postseason in the year, who wins the World Series title. So without further ado, let's jump on into this one. I am going to turn everything to like CPU ran because I don't want to have any sort of control over any of these teams. So everything will be set to auto manage, and we'll see what happens in baseball. Let's get into the regular season. I am also using their real life injuries, so those people who were in the game at least injured, so like no Strasburg. Basically everybody who's out like pitching wise will not be available, but we'll see what happens in the show. And let's not waste any more time. First thing is simming to the AllStar Break, so I'll catch you guys when we get there. All right, we've made it to the AllStar Break, and well, my Nationals are not doing very good. They sit 35 and 62 on the year, but let's quickly go into the standings to see how the rest of the league is unfolding. Starting off in the American League East, currently the Rays are out in front 57-39, followed by the Yankees 2 games back. The Blue Jays are 7 games behind, followed by the Red Sox at 500, and the Orioles in dead last out there, which is kind of surprising that Baltimore is struggling. In the Central, the Guardians are leading that division with a 56-41 record, followed by the Twins and the Tigers, and then the White Sox, and then the Royals. The Central is led by the defending World Series champion Texas Rangers, who sit 56-40. The Astros, though, right behind them with 2 games, followed by the Angels at 6 games behind. Mariners struggling this year, then of course the Athletics in dead last of that division. Your wild card currently is the Yankees, the Astros, and the Twins, but there's still a lot of teams fighting for that spot. Over the National League and RNL East, the Braves lead it 65-31. The Phillies are the next closest team, but right now it's just a 2-team race between those two. In the Central, the Cardinals lead at 59-38, followed by the Cubs, and then everybody else is under 500. In the West, the Diamondbacks lead it. It's just surprising that it's not the Dodgers. They sit 5 games behind Arizona, and then we see the Padres 14 back from them. So that does it for the first little check-in. We'll take a look, sim through quickly the Home Run Derby. Well, we'll just look at the participants. We won't play it, but those who got named were Juan Soto, Mike Trout, Aaron Judge, Corey Seager, Marcell Ozuna, Pete Alonso, Matt Olson, and Willie Adames. But we're not going to watch that. We'll just sim through it, and then we'll sim to the All-Star game as well. And it is the AL who defeats the NL by, what was the score? 5 or 6-5. The American League All-Stars get it done. In terms of the All-Stars who actually made it to the All-Stars, in the American League, the pitchers are Bailey Ober of the Twins. He actually gets the starting nod, so a very surprising starter fair for the American League, but good for him. Shane Bieber's also there, Zach Eflin of the Rays, Kevin Gossman of the Blue Jays, and Nestor Cortez of the Yankees. So an interesting group of starting pitchers. Relief pitcher is Kevin Kelly of Tampa Bay. Closers were, most of them get named, Pete Fairbanks, Emmanuel Clase, Clay Holmes, Johan Duran, Kenley Jansen, and Jose Leclerc. A lot of established names in that group. Your catcher is Yainer Diaz of the Astros leads the bunch, followed by Jake Rogers and Cal Raleigh. So a very interesting group of catchers there. I probably wouldn't have picked any of those 3. First base, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., him I would have picked, and Tristan Casas gets it. Second base, Jose Altuve and Zach Geloff, while at third base, Gunnar Henderson gets it. The young third baseman, Royce Lewis and Yohan Moncada, as he is only a 74 overall, but has been named to another All-Star appearance. Corey Seager gets a short, followed by Bo Bichette and Bobby Witt Jr. In left, you got Yordan Alvarez and Steven Hitaquan. Center field, Mike Trout, of course, gets the most votes, followed by Aaron Judge, Julio Rodriguez, Mauricio Dubon, a stacked top 3, and a nice young player in Dubon. Then right field, it is Juan Soto in his first year with the Yankees. Designated hitter is Mauricio Dubon. As far as the NL, Shohei Ohtani gets it. He is pitching, despite the fact that in real life he will not. I did not bother to change that here in the show. So he's going to get it at starting pitcher, followed by Joe Musgrove, Max Fried, Tyler Glasnow, and Freddie Peralta. Your reliever is Yency Almonte. Closers, Tanner Scott, Adbert Alzolay, Ryan Helsley, Jose Alvarado, Evan Phillips, and Edwin Diaz. Position players at catcher, William Contreras gets it, JT Realmuto, and Henry Davis. First base, Matt Olson, Pete Alonso, Paul Goldschmidt, and Wilmer Flores, a stacked group for in that position. Second base, Nico Horner gets in for the Cubs, as well as Matt McClain of the Reds. Third baseman, Manny Machado, and Ilmar Vargas, I guess because the Nationals had to have a representative, but I feel like there had to be somebody better than Vargas. But nonetheless, a 67 overall makes the All-Star team. At shortstop, Francisco Lindor and Ezekiel Tovar. At left field, you got Marcell Ozuna, Ian Happ, and Jock Peterson. Center field, Cody Bellinger and Michael Harris. And right field, Ronald Acuna Jr. and Corbin Carroll. As well as your DHs, Ohtani, Ozuna, and Peterson. So, and we saw that the American League All-Stars did win at Texas. So that means the next little stop, it says, is the sim to the trade deadline, which is only in a couple of days. So we will sim to July 31st. And I've already seen a couple of trades going down. But let's see what happens once we get to the trade deadline. All right, so we made it to the trade deadline. I'm not going to go through the standings just because we just did that a couple of weeks ago. But if you were to look, there were quite a bit of trades going around the league as the deadline was quiet. But the big one is O'Neal Cruz got traded to the Rays from Pittsburgh for a couple of players. We see Gary Sanchez picked up by the Cubs. Shea Langeliers gets traded to the Guardians. We see Jack Leader going to the Brewers. Bubba Thompson and Charlie Blackmon switching squads. So his tenure in Colorado is now over. Blackmon is a Red. The Reds did a couple of other moves, as well as the Rockies trading away Chris Bryant, the former MVP, to the Miami Marlins. So they somehow got out of that contract for just Evan Fitterer. Buck Farmer is now a Milwaukee Brewer. Victor Robles is a Texas Ranger. I don't mind that trade for the Nationals just because he is the veteran of the group. And, well, sometimes you just got to move on, especially for a team that's rebuilding. Cole Irvin goes to the Diamondbacks. You can just see some of the other ones. Eledis Diaz gets traded. Spencer Torkelson gets traded to the Cubs. I thought that one was very interesting. The Tigers are giving up on him so early, even if it's for Pete Crow Armstrong. Joey Bart, the former top prospect for the Giants, is now a Cleveland Guardian. Trevor Rogers is a Pittsburgh Pirate. Bo Naylor is an Athletic. They trade Brent Rooker, who is killing it in my A series, to Cleveland as well. And that does it with the trades. And with the deadline over, it is time to make the push to the postseason. So now we will sim to October. All right, so I kind of botched the simming a little bit, and I actually got through the World Series. So I already know who wins the World Series, I guess. I forgot to hit stop simulating, and I thought there was going to be another chance to stop simulating, and there wasn't. So we already know who wins the World Series, but I won't spoil it. So we had the Yankees in the AL East win their division. We'll go division by division like we did earlier. The Yankees win the AL East. They come back and win that division. The Rays and the Orioles also make the postseason as well. In the Central, it's the Twins who end up winning at 90-72. They overtake Cleveland. In the AL West, the Rangers win 100 games. They're back to defend their title, while the Astros get in at 87-75. As far as your wild cards, it's the Rays, the Orioles, and the Astros who squeak in, with the Angels 3 games behind them. In the NL East, the Braves with a 102-60 record get it done. The Phillies and then the Marlins get in as wild cards. The Nationals finish 62-100. They lost 100 games. In the NL Central, it's the Cardinals who win that division by a pretty wide margin. While in the West, the Diamondbacks win 104 games. They get the 1 seed in the National League. Good for them. The Dodgers still do, though, make it as a wild card. And the Padres, well, they go 80-82. Speaking of wild cards, it is the Phillies who get the 4. The Dodgers get the 5 seed, and then the Marlins get the 6. And while in the American League, we see the number 1 seed will be the Rangers, the 2 seed the Yankees, the 3 seed Twins, the 4 seed Rays, 5 seed Orioles, and 6 seeded Astros. While in the NL, it is the Diamondbacks the 1, the Braves the 2, the Cardinals the 3, Phillies 4, Dodgers 5, Marlins 6. Now, I wish I could show you the bracket, and we'll go through it round by round, but I already kind of know who wins. And the winner of this year's World Series is the Houston Astros. They get some revenge. They beat the Atlanta Braves in 5 games to take home another World Series title. We'll go round by round. In the wild card rounds, it was all 2-0s. The Orioles sweep the Rays. The Astros swept the Twins, despite being a 6 seed. The Dodgers sweep the Phillies, and then the Cardinals are the only favorites to win the wild card round. They sweep the Marlins. Then we get into the DSs. We're in the ALDSs. The Rangers, who sweep the Orioles, all sweep so far. But then the Astros had to beat the Yankees in 5. A big come-from-behind victory in that series. And then the NL side of things, the Diamondbacks sweep the Dodgers, still looking like the favorites, and the Braves sweep the Cardinals. But in the championship series, the Braves sweep the Diamondbacks. So it was all sweeps in the National League side of things, while the Astros beat the Rangers in 6. So it was the 6 seed versus the 2 seed, and it was the Astros who got it done. If you look by the game log, they lost game 1 and then won the next 4 to get it done. You can see they had to win 4 straight to beat the Texas Rangers. Just unbelievable stuff, as they were down 0-2 and then just won 4 straight. But the Astros are your champs. Last thing we'll take a look at is the award winners to see who won the awards for respective leagues. As you can see, World Series MVP was Corey Julks of the Astros, and then the postseason MVP was Yainer Diaz, who got named to an All-Star appearance as well. Your most valuable player was Mike Trout. He gets another accolade to his list. That is now his 4th MVP award, in 294 with 53 homers. Yes, he hit 53 homers and 142 RBIs. The Millville Meteor continuing to rake. The Cy Young will go to Kevin Gausman with his 3.44 ERA and striking out 216. I think Garrett Cole might have been a little bit more impressive, as well as Nathan Eovaldi, but I guess strikeouts weigh a ton as he gets his first Cy Young award. Batting title will go to Aaron Judge, hitting 322 with 47 homers. That is another accolade for him that he does not have. He also got All-Star MVP. Reliever of the year is Pete Fairbanks of the Rays. Rookie of the year, Colt Keith gets it of the Tigers. He hit 275 with 19 homers and 64 ribbies. Hank Aaron Award, Mike Trout. Gold Glove, Garrett Cole, Jake Rogers, Anthony Rizzo, Andres Jimenez, David Fry, Anthony Volpe, Dalton Varsho, Mike Trout, and Max Kepler. Silver Sluggers, Rafael Devers. I haven't seen his name this season. Logan O'Hoppe gets it for the Angels, as he is the catcher who gets the Silver Slugger, so good for him. Vladimir Guerrero, Marcus Semien, Gunnar Henderson, the 22-year-old, is putting on quite the impressive start to his career. So shortstop Corey Seager, Mike Trout, Aaron Judge, and Soto are your outfielders. As far as the National League, the MVP out there is Matt Olson. So the second year in a row, Brave gets it, hitting 327 with 49 homers and 136 RBIs. Shohei Ohtani does not get it, despite killing it in both categories. Pitching-wise, he had a 2.62 ERA, and then hitting-wise, he hits 52 homers. So I don't know how Shohei Ohtani doesn't get MVP. Instead, it goes to Matt Olson. Yes, he had an impressive season, but man, Shohei was pretty dominant. He does get the Cy Young, though, so he does get his first ever Cy Young award, thanks to his 252 strikeouts, which led all of the majors. His teammate was right behind him. Batting title goes to Nolan Jones of the Rockies. Rookie reliever of the year, is Tanner Scott with 56 saves for the Marlins. Rookie of the year was Noelvi Marte of the Reds. Hank Aaron Award, Matt Olson. And then your Gold Gloves are Jamison Tyon, Gabriel Moreno, Christian Walker, Jeff McNeil, Eugenio Suarez, Tommy Edman, TJ Friedl, Jazz Chisholm, and Fernando Tatis Jr. While your Silver Sluggers are Shohei Ohtani, William Contreras, Matt Olson, Ozzie Albies, Manny Machado, Dansby Swanson, Ronald Acuna Jr., Cody Bellinger, and Corbin Carroll. And Matt Olson was the postseason MVP. But that does it for the 2024 season. We'll have to see if this happens in real life. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed the baseball content, and this gets you even more pumped for opening day. Let me know in the comment section below, who do you think is going to win it all this year in baseball? I don't think the Rangers will do it again. I'm going to have to go with the LA Dodgers. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure you drop this like and subscribe down below, especially if you want more baseball content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.